I don't think there is any Indian student who has never thought about studying abroad. We all have thought about it at some point in our life. We all know the benefits. We have talked a lot about it on this channel itself. But what we haven't discussed a lot is the actionable steps. We all know that the whole process from deciding the country to the admission process and everything else is super confusing. So I decided to simplify it for you. I'm going to pick the best countries to study abroad for you where you can get the best return on your money and time. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about studying in the UK. We'll cover everything in detail, from costs to job opportunities and scholarships. I will also give you a clear step-by-step actionable roadmap to make your study abroad journey smooth and easy. So make sure you watch this video till the end, and if you want me to create more such videos on study abroad, let me know in the comments.
When I was researching how to simplify this for you guys, I looked for a platform that covers the A to Z because doing it alone is a nightmare. What's actually cool is that Leap Scholar has these free tools like the profile evaluation where you can get your entire roadmap mapped out without spending a rupee. It gives you the clarity to, do everything you need before you even think about applications.
So step number 1 is go to the website and understand the process. Guys, it is very important that you do your own research first. So go to Leap Scholar's website and explore the UK section. Look at what intakes are available, what exams are usually required, and what the general timeline looks like. If you are confused whether to choose a September or January intake, this is where you will start to get basic clarity. Step number 2, free profile evaluation. Next, you enter your academic details. Things like your past grades, your course preference, your budget range, and the intake you are targeting. Based on this, your profile is actually evaluated. Leap also has a profile evaluation report format where the output can include admission chances, recommend universities, and a personalized roadmap within 24 hours. This helps you understand whether your current profile is strong, average, or needs improvement. It also tells you if you need better IELTS score or better documents. Step number 3, speak to a counselor. After that, you have a proper and a live discussion with a counselor. Again, very important. And this is not just a random call. You have discussion about your career goals, your objectives, financial situation, your academic scores, and your long-term understanding of your needs. This helps you decide which intake is realistic, how much time you have to prepare, and what your overall strategy should be. Step number 4, create a personalized shortlist. Now comes the important part. Based on your profile and discussion, a list of suitable universities and courses will be created. It considers entry requirements, tuition fees, location, job prospects, and your chances of getting accepted. If you're applying for undergrad, you are guided through the UCAS route. If it's a master's application, you will usually go directly to university. Step number 5, finalize where you will apply. From the shortlist, you will actually decide which universities do I actually want to apply to. You don't apply everywhere. You choose a mix of dream, moderate, and safe options. And most importantly, this also includes checking deadlines so that you do not miss any important dates. Step number 6, plan your finances. Now you sit down and calculate full cost, tuition fees, living expenses, and the amount you need to show for your visa. You also look for scholarships that fit your profile. If you need a loan, Leap's ecosystem includes Leap Finance, which offers study abroad education loans and highlights no collateral options, which is again subject to eligibility. So students who need funding can explore that route without being stuck at the I got an admit but I can't arrange fund stage. So students who need funding can look for that route because they will not need to end like students who say I got an admit but I couldn't go due to funds. Step number 7, prepare for required exams. If your IELTS or any other exam score is missing or low, you can prepare here. Your target score depends upon the universities you have selected. So instead of studying without direction, you prepare with a clear goal and timeline. Step number 8, prepare and submit applications. This is the execution stage. You prepare your SOP, LORs, CVs, transcripts, and the other documents. Everything that you prepare needs to be right and properly formatted. And don't worry, as I said in the beginning, the whole process can be confusing, but Leap will be helping you out here as well. Step number 9, receive offers and get the CAS. Once universities respond, you may get either the conditional or the unconditional offers. If there are conditions, questions, you complete them first. After accepting the offer and paying the required deposit, the university issues your CAS. CAS stands for Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies. This document is required to apply for the UK student visa. Step number 10, apply for your visa. Finally, you apply for the UK student visa. The student visa application fee is £524 and the students also pay the healthcare surcharge, which is £776 per year for students. Submit your passport, CAS, financial proof and other required documents. You pay the visa fee and healthcare surcharge. It's very important to check the official UK government website for the latest requirements before submitting. And that is it. You are done. And I have set 10 steps. Leap Scholar will help you out in all the 10. End to end, everything. So if you are planning to study in the UK, I've said this again and again, you need somebody to handhold you through the process. I'm putting a link in the description to book a free counseling call with their team. All you need to do is, if you are serious about studying in the UK and fulfilling your dream, just go and fill it. It's completely free, yaar. Whatever questions you have, whatever advice you need, have a word with their team and clarify that. So book a call with their team, because there are a lot of times we question ourselves. There is self-doubt that we want to do it but we will not be able to do it because of random reasons. It can be funds, it can be marks, but believe me when I say this, that is not always true after your evaluation. It can be very different. So go fill up the form and see if you can make it. The process is now clear. Let us look at the details of how much you need to invest, post-study visas, etc. for your basic information. Number 1, expenses. No matter what you do, this is the most important part. So we will be starting with this. The monthly cost of living in the UK for Indian student is £1,529. That is roughly 1.8 lakhs if you are living in London, and £1,171. That is roughly 1.4 lakhs if you are living outside London. If you talk about the tuition fee, on average you will be investing somewhere between 11,400 to 38,000 pounds, so roughly between 14 lakhs to 46 lakhs per year for an undergraduate degree, and around 9,000 to 30,000 pounds, that is roughly between 11 lakhs to 36 lakhs per year for a post-graduation degree. But if you are going for certain specialized programs like medical or an MBA, it's gonna cost a little more. But very important point to consider here is master's degree in UK is 1 year, not 2 years. So you will be saving a lot of money there, living cost, tuition fee, everything. Above that, there are multiple scholarships available that you can apply for, which again reduces the costs. And of course, you can obviously work part-time. That will also be reducing your cost. Number 2, we have quality of education. And I have said this time and again, the best way to judge quality of education is by seeing the QS World Rankings. And UK has around 130 plus universities in the list and about 20 in the top 100. Point number 3 is post-study work visa. Basically, a visa that lets you stay in the country where you have completed your education to work there. It gives you time to find a job in case you haven't already, and also gives you experience that you need after your education. So in the UK, you get a post-study work visa of 2 years if you're applying on or before 31st December 2026, and 18 months if you apply on or after 1st Jan 2027. You get to stay for 1.5 to 2 years even if you are going for a 1-year degree. Number 4 is part-time work opportunity. International students in UK can work up to 20 hours per week during their term and full-time during holidays, but always make sure that you check your BRP, which is Biometric Residence Permit, or visa details to confirm the work rights. If you talk about the money that you can make, the current wage rates for students aged 21 and over are 12.21 euros per hour, which is roughly 1442, and students between the age group of 18 to 20, it's roughly 10 euros, which is 1181 rupees per hour. Now let's quickly talk about number 5, again very important, which is job opportunity. And you can always understand this by looking at the job data, because we all want good high paying jobs once we complete our studies. So if we look at UK's jobs, or if you look at the skill set, or if you look at the overall idea of UK, they still need a lot of skilled graduates to fill their roles. They would need 11 million more graduates by 2035. So 88% of new jobs are expected to grow in the upcoming years. There is obviously very strong demand in engineering, healthcare and other STEM related fields. And we all know AI is one of the biggest career boosters in today's world. That opportunity is also rising at a very high. Jobs that actually require AI have been growing 3.6 times faster than the other jobs jobs that do not require. Even finance and humanities jobs, they have a great potential in the UK. So UK, as I said, has great potential for almost all the domains, so it should definitely be on your list. Number 6, again very important for all of the people, it is scholarships. Scholarships actually help you reduce your costs, expenses when you are studying abroad, which is one of the main concerns of a lot of people. So I'm going to show you a few scholarships on your screen that you can apply to if you are planning to study in the UK. Number 1, we have Chevening Scholarship. Number 2, Commonwealth Scholarship. Number 3, Great Scholarship. Number 4, Charles Wallace India Trust Scholarship. Number 5, Rhodes Scholarship. Number 6, Gates Cambridge Scholarship. Number 7, Scotland Saltire Scholarships. And number 8, University Specific Scholarship. So with this, I wrap up the video, guys. I hope you found this video super insightful. It had all the information that you need to study in the UK. If you have any questions, any doubts with respect to anything, just fill out the form in the description given below and they will be helping you out for free. That you can do right away. And if you want me to make more videos on study abroad, you can just directly comment study abroad and I'll be making more videos on that. So see you in the next